Alrighty. So, it looks like we are live. So, hi, my name is Konrad. I am from Chelle Coin. I'm the digital asset strategist here at Chelle Coin. Now, we have a couple of exciting updates for you today. We're talking to you today a little bit about Chelle Coin and how the whole Chelle Coin project as a whole is evolving and moving forward. We'll be talking also a little bit about the cryptocurrency market. If you guys have any questions about our project or the crypto market, we do appreciate you guys asking us questions. We will get to those. We do want to address as many people as we can. I'm setting up my chat here. I got my eye on the chat already. We are good to go. Okay, so as we discussed before, a really important aspect of the Chelle Coin project and of AQRE is allowing people to invest their tokens within our app. The concept is allowing people to invest in real estate in an easy way where they truly have control over what they invest in. Real investing in real estate is challenging. It's confusing. It requires a lot of money and a lot of expertise and a lot of time. It's a really challenging thing to kind of just do on the side. And by making this mobile app where people can invest just as simply as you order a pizza on an app, that's a pretty exciting change. Not to mention how we structured our real estate investing structure is a little bit is pretty unique. We have a total customizability feature that isn't possible in finance without the use of tokens. This is why we are a blockchain-based project. This is why we use tokens. It allows us to have a level of fractionality that isn't possible with any type of existing financial product. And this allows a total customizable user experience. Now, we've been talking about this for a while, and the design of the app, how it's all going to work, you guys are finally going to be able to get a taste of it very soon. We are kicking off the launch party of AQRE, our AQRE app. Here, I got Bloomberg in the background. Let me just turn that off. It's giving us some trouble. So we have our launch party end of June in Atlanta. We're kicking things off with we're talking about some of the first properties that we're going to be looking at. We're going to be displaying the MVP for our app. This will allow people to get a hands-on and see how the app will function. This is terrific because you guys are really going to be able to see how you're going to be putting your tokens to work, how you're going to be collecting rental income in ETH. All very, very exciting. Good morning, Manu. You were waiting for the link. We're waiting to go live. We are live. Tell your friends. We got a lot of exciting updates. If they missed the live stream, you can always watch it again. All this info is great info about our project, and you can check it out anytime there. This is Mono. I appreciate this. This is a terrific question. So Mono is asking if the ETH price increases, do we get ETH every month, a return calculated on the basis of the dollar and then paid in ETH? So how rental payouts will work is when we collect our rental payments a month's end, we prepare to distribute. We convert that ETH. So we convert the cash. We collect everything in USD. We turn that USD into ETH, and then we put that ETH into our smart contract, which will distribute everything on a pro rata basis based on how everyone allocates their tokens. Now, every time you will get a transaction, there will be like a transaction hash that goes with this on Etherscan, and it will quote the price of ETH in US dollars. Now, every time you get a payout, this payout will be visible in how much dollars you're getting. But because this is a blockchain-based platform, the payouts will have to be done in ETH. So you'll see how much ETH you got. You'll see the equivalent of what that dollar is worth. And ETH could go up, it could go down between each month. This is a really interesting way to invest continuously in the cryptocurrency market if you do choose so. If you want to get out of ETH, you can close your positions. But yes, ETH is variable, so you may want to be active in how you want to manage your payouts. Some people may want to just keep all their payouts in ETH, just hold it for the long run, because the Ethereum project is poised for success in the long run, and a lot of people want to have a stake in that. But if you want to sell, then we will provide many ways where people can. We'll provide a lot of info where people can liquidate their holdings for cash. Excellent. So we are looking at getting the app soon. Thank you, Mana. I'm glad I was able to help you out there. Okay, we got Regal here. Regal, I hope I got pronounced your name right. I apologize if I mispronounced it. What if Chelle Coin has been burned? Do you create a new token? No. So this is a good question. So Chelle Coin is how people are able to access the platform. In previous live streams, we discussed that Chelle Coin isn't the allocation vehicle. It's not what you use for allocating. You convert your Chelle Coin for allocation tokens for the purpose of stable economics and stable value when you invest in real estate. Allocation tokens have to have a stable value. However, Chelle Coin is the only way to obtain allocation tokens, access the platform, invest in these properties. It is basically the way to get in. It's like your entry ticket. Now the thing is, every time someone enters, that entry ticket is gone. So there are fewer entry tickets available. However, we will continue to be buying properties, and this is one of the reasons that we have like a deflationary economic model. Because as we continue to buy properties and reinvest in ourselves, fewer tokens will be made available because upon every investment to the platform, the Chelle Coin will be burned. Now, allocation tokens can be created limitlessly, and their use is only internal. So them being limited won't affect the economics of the platform because they are created through a Chelle Coin exchange. So just because allocation tokens don't have a cap limit doesn't mean that there isn't scarcity involved. Oh dear, let's see. We got chat disconnected just for a second here. Okay, we reconnected. So this is one of the reasons that it's important to be kind of mindful of when you're investing in properties, and you may want to hold some Chelle Coin on the side, but you still want to invest in these properties to get involved. Now, one thing people always say that if we're burning tokens, why would anyone want to use their Chelle Coin and burn them? Why wouldn't you just hold them? Because if the tokens are being burned, their value will increase potentially. Now, this could happen, but if nobody invests, then what happens is all the rental profit that comes out and is paid out in Ether is just sitting there. And if all that Ether is just sitting there, when you invest into that property, you get back pay on that Ether. So if there was 1 month where half the people didn't invest into a property and half the profit is just sitting there, and the next people that invest into that property will be able to collect some of that Ether based off of how much they invest and how much that amount is worth for each payment going backwards in time. So basically what this means is that we're going to continue building properties. We're going to continue adding properties to the platform. We're going to be purchasing them. We do not build properties. My apologies. And users will be able to submit their tokens, their Chelle Coins, and access the platform. And then once they've done that, they'll be able to allocate to all of the properties. Colin Motley, can you elaborate on the differences between premium and non-premium properties and how to access the premium properties as a non-ICO investor? So this is a great question. So premium properties and non-premium properties will function fairly similar. There'll be two main differences. Premium properties will have a slightly higher increase in their expected monthly payout, but the main factor is that the amount of tokens that can be allocated to premium properties is smaller. Now, what this means is that every person that invests will get a larger portion of the profit. So let's say we have a property, a premium. Let's say we have two properties, and let's pretend that they're identical, just for the sake of this explanation. And one property is premium, and one property is listed as non-premium. The non-premium property may accept, say, 100,000 tokens to it, whereas the premium property will only accept, let's say, 25,000 tokens. So this means that every person that invests one token into the non-premium property, they'll get 1/100,000th of the profit, whereas a person invested in the other property will get 1/25,000th of the property. So they'll be getting basically 4 times the amount that they'd be getting. Now, what this means is that um, you'll be able to no, if you invest in non-premium properties, you'll still be able to see the premium properties. You'll still be able to access those, but you'll have to buy tokens on the secondary market because all the tokens that we are selling have been done during our ICO. We still have our reserves for market stabilization as well as so we can protect our investment and our stake in the project. However, if we have certain investors that want to invest large amounts and they want to avoid certain market disruptions, they can contact us. We may be able to work something out with them, but there's likely nothing we can do. Our ICO has ended, and when we do list on an exchange, that would be the best place to obtain Chelle coins. Now, if you didn't participate in the ICO and you want to access the premium side, then you'll have to purchase those coins on an exchange. You may have some coins you received in the airdrop and in the bounty. These are terrific. These are an excellent tool to reward our community members for being so active, and we want to allow those members to use those tokens to invest in our platform. Now, those tokens won't be able to access our premium properties because those premium properties are for paying investors. Now, because we do have a large coin holding and we will be going on exchange, people can still purchase Chelle Coin on an exchange on the secondary market. So I hope that explains how the difference between properties as well as how a non-ICO investor can invest in premium properties. See, we have a YouTuber with I believe an Arabic name. Can't read that. Sorry. Saying hello, win update contract, and is there will change the contract in the future? Please reply. Thank you. I apologize. I can't understand fully your question. Our smart. So I was describing that everything will be built out by smart contracts. Those are currently in the works. We will be able to discuss who our developers are, more updates on the project when we release our MVP. Until then, you'll have to be patient. We are building. We are working hard, and we aren't going to share anything until it's ready for you guys. And we really have a great vision for this project, and we're not going to share something until we are confident it's ready, and you guys are going to think it's great. So in terms of if you were asking about the remainder of the smart contracts, which I did mention, which I was talking about earlier, then these will be done this summer as well. That it really is the timeline where we have everything coming together. We will be continuously giving updates to all of our live streams as well as sneak peeks of anything we can, whether it's our MVP, whether it's additional smart contracts that are being launched, or beta or full versions of our app. Everything will be coming out and soon. We will be updating you as it comes out. I'm currently working far outside of business hours. I'm trying to better connect with the community. I really want to make sure that we connect with as many of you as possible, because this is a global project. We want to connect with our global community. So sometimes our community is active outside of business hours. So we're trying to make sure that we accommodate all of you guys. So being that our communication, our updates, what we distribute, please be patient. We're doing our best. Any information about exchange listing? So unfortunately, not yet. We have not solidified an exchange partner. Anyone who has been following the crypto exchange landscape knows that it seems every week there's something crazy happening in crypto exchanges. And this is one of the reasons that it's very important to have a very good partner. To us, reputation is very important with the exchange that we go with. I can tell you right now that we will not be going on exchanges that are clouded and full of fake volume and fake users. There's a lot of synthetic volume and fake users and fake activity in the crypto landscape. We want to make sure that we cut this out and we go somewhere where people really are. I just wanted to know what the Chelle team will do to prevent the dumping in high scale, because investors are buying Chelle Coin from Fork Delta at a very small price. and expecting to sell them at $3. Well, I think anyone who's buying the Chelle Coin at a very low price, it is getting is clever, because I mentioned before that undistributed ether will be held in a smart contract, and when people invest the properties that are not fully allocated, these are the premium properties I'm referring to. When people when some of these properties are not fully allocated, they are collecting up ether, they're just sitting there, and then people allocate these properties and collect that ether as back pay. That's a strong incentive. I mean, if you just have ether just sitting there, and all you need to do is just allocate some tokens, and you instantly get all this ether, plus you get ether continuously every month. I mean, there's a really strong case for a rational actor wanting to step in, purchase coins at a discount, and use them. And I don't see necessarily why a lot of these people who are buying these coins super cheap would be selling them, because they're going to be able to invest that into the premium properties. They'll be able to collect high amounts of ether. They'll be able to collect rental profits. I mean, the economic stabilizers in play should eventually like the thing is that when the properties are paying out, when we have our projected millions and millions of dollars worth of properties paying out money every month. I mean, if like Shell Corp we will be taking a fraction of this, but 80% of this is going to the investors. 80% of the profit is going to the investors. So if aside from some of the ICO investors investing in properties, if the community doesn't invest, then there's going to be a large amount of ether just sitting there, waiting to be grabbed. And I mean, I would be really surprised if nobody steps up and grabs the ether after 1 month, because next month there'll be another pool of ether for all the unclaimed income, and this will keep happening. So like, it's hard to imagine a world where we keep distributing all this ether into a smart contract where it is unclaimed, and then no one steps up and jumps it. It's like why would you go up and grab the ether? Anyways, so Tariq, we are aware of what's happened on Fork Delta. We did not list on Fork Delta. That is quite unfortunate. But I mean, it is a decentralized exchange. There's a lot of decentralization in the crypto landscape. You could call us a polycentric organization. We are a company, so we do have central authorities. However, we are working on a decentralized platform, looking to create an app where we allow people to join, and we lend our expertise as a service. Now, to get back to the question, I don't really see the coin dumping on exchange. Like when we list on a proper exchange, if the coin dumps, I mean, if it does, I don't see it staying there. Why would it stay there if we have millions of dollars of properties? I would be pretty surprised if that's the case. I would be quite surprised if that would happen for a prolonged period of time. All that ETH will just be sitting there. It'll be hard to have thousands of people looking at all this ether just sitting there and have no one take it. So what we're more concerned about is actually the price of the token skyrocketing. That is something that is more concerning, because if it goes down, it will likely. We obviously nothing can be guaranteed, but it makes sense for it to go up, because there will be ether just sitting there, and under the assumption that people want money and want to grab that money, they'll likely use their Chelle Coin as a vehicle to do so. How to buy Chelle Coin to invest in app if not listing on exchange? You'll be able to buy it soon. Unfortunately, this is another one of those things where we require patience and a little bit of waiting. We won't be able to get us on the exchange until we have to decide on our exchange partner, and when doing so, that's when you'll be able to buy your tokens to invest. If you're a private investor, you can contact us, but I would advise you to wait until we're on exchange. that'll be the best place to buy it. Um, if Tariq is right and the coin goes down, then you can buy it at a great discount. Because I would not expect the coin to stay in the pennies range for a long time. Ventrong, your message was retracted. Um, if you got another question, feel free to ask. Batam, almost CHL will be allocated to the app. No dump, no sell on exchanges. Well, I mean, some will probably be sold on exchanges because people not it's not realistic to expect 100% of people to use the token. Some people just aren't paying attention. They don't really know what the coin does. I mean, like a lot of people sold Bitcoin in like 2010, and now anyone nowadays would be thinking, who would have sold Bitcoin in 2010 and all this stuff, right? So everyone has their own motivations. Everyone has their own thinking, and some people make the right decision, some people make the wrong decision. But everyone's free to make a decision in the markets. Kiro saying that some saying contract ERC20 will change before exchange. This right? I wouldn't mind a little bit of clarification. I'm not sure what smart contract will be changed. Um, what we Shell Coin will it has a cap supply, and that supply will remain capped. Additional smart contracts are being created. No smart contracts are being changed. We are only adding smart contracts for the additional functionality beyond our fundraising. How much is the price of one token? Our ICO price is $3 USD. Alrighty. Just a quick recap for anyone joining. Recently, we will be having an MVP for our AQRE App. That is where you'll be using your Chelle Coin. Our AQRE App is where you invest in real estate. We will be having an MVP for our AQRE App in a few weeks. We're almost at June now. We will have our launch party in the weekend of June. I believe it's the 22nd or the 21st, that weekend. And our MVP will be ready then. So we will be communicating thoroughly with our community, keeping you guys up to date, and distributing information as we get it and as it comes into us. All right, let's see. Alrighty, so if chat's dying down just a little bit, we're gonna take a little bit of a dive into the crypto market. I'm gonna throw on screen share, and then let's see. Colin's got a question. Let's see. You guys mentioned the Android version of AQRE will be released before the iOS version. Will the iOS be released before CHL exchanges? This is a great question. So yes, we will have the apps available before we are on exchange. Android, the Google Play Store is just a little bit easier to release apps. It gets a little bit faster. The Apple Store has a lot of strict rules on apps. These are good rules. It protects users and makes sure that the apps are high quality. So it also goes to show that any app that is on there is vetted by Apple, so can be presumed to be of a higher quality. But yes, if you have iOS like me, I got an Bitcoin all the way. I got an iPhone as well, so I will be waiting for the iOS version myself, and that will be available before we are in exchange. Good question. Keep the questions coming. I'm just going to take a little bit of a dive into the crypto market. Some of you guys have been asking about how things will happen with Bitcoin or Ether, how this could affect the project. I mean, if Ether goes down, monthly payouts will mean more Ether. And if Ether's going up, I mean, well, hopefully you keep getting paid. Hopefully you're investing in our app and getting paid in Ether, because as that Ether's going up, that's a lot of opportunity for money, for return on investment. So let's switch this up. A little bit new to the live streaming game, so I will do my best to get this all set up. Okay, I think I just about got it. Now I'm on the road, I'm at home, so my screen's a little bit smaller, so the TA might be a little bit more challenging, but okay. I think we got it. Okay, so this should be good. So we are live. Hopefully you guys still hear me. So everything's been pretty exciting for Bitcoin lately. I mean, we had that exciting run up. In some of our last podcasts, we were discussing how I was discussing how when we had this breakout, I was a little bit skeptical that we were going to have a large run up. I thought this could have just been a bit of a pop, but we did break ahead of this extended trend line from our descending triangle. We do have a lot of notes. Let me just quickly get into full screen here, so we can clean this up a little bit better. Um, so these down lines represent the downwards triangle starting from the December going into now. Things moving very positively. Very high momentum we got here on large time scales. Unbelievable price movement. One of the best performing assets of 2019 is Bitcoin, and of course, as Bitcoin leads, all cryptocurrencies follow. We'll be discussing Ether as well. We're going to kick off this analysis with Bitcoin just because that's what seems to be moving the market the most. We had a run right up to prior high here at 7.4 thousand. We did stop here just for a quick moment before quickly bursting right up until the 8.4 thousand range at the more recent high, and continue to surge beyond that. Whether we're going to see a pullback sometime soon or not, I mean, it's tough to tell. It's hard to bet against Bitcoin. A lot of people saying the first time it approached 8,000, it hit 20,000 within a few weeks. So, like I said, it's hard to bet against Bitcoin, especially right now. It seems that if we do get one pullback, there may be a shorting opportunity there. But as far as it looks to me, bear market appears over. This downtrend is fully broken with a very strong reaction. That's really difficult to ignore. We got everyone betting against it, so betting for Bitcoin or the majority. This is an interesting indicator. It's the difference between longs and shorts, leveraged longs and leveraged shorts. So here on the way down, everyone's shorting, and then people will basically stop shorting. There's a lot of accumulation that appeared to be happening here. We had this long run up. It appeared that a lot of people flipped, as I predicted in one of our earlier podcasts. It seemed that the market might turn down, but this massive run up, which is a lot of liquidations, a lot of shorts getting liquidated, forced the price to go up, and it's kicking around there right now pretty good. Not to mention a lot of positive news coming from Fidelity releasing options, not options, cryptocurrency platform allowing people to buy and invest cryptocurrencies directly through Fidelity. Very trusted. That's very great news for the industry as a whole. That could be what's spurring this move, but there's a lot of things that could be spurring it. We're approaching the halving. A lot of excitement here. It's very exciting to be in the crypto landscape. Nothing moves as fast as crypto. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum. We are based on Ethereum, so that's really where we want to be looking. Now, like we said, we came under $100. We're almost up 300% off this bottom. It looks like, like about 250%. Significant performance here. Let's see, from the start of 2019, we did come off Christmas pretty high, but it looks like even better performance in Bitcoin. I mean, the cryptocurrency market is definitely back, at least grabbing people's attention. Ethereum may be having a little bit of resistance here at $300. But I mean, this proves to be very positive. We can see how Ethereum was really struggling with the 50-day moving average. A lot of these bear market really hit Ethereum hard. It flip flopped a little bit between here, but I mean, seeing this really be treated as support on multiple instances all along here, this really shows that there's a lot of strength on Ethereum right now. We could be topping up right now, but I mean, with the kind of support we're seeing here, we could be seeing another instance of support occurring at the moving average. Right now, the moving average we can see it's at 194. We could expect maybe to move to 200, 210 if there's a pullback within the next few days. Um, but I mean, a strong Ethereum means a strong altcoin season. A lot of people are talking about when's the next altcoin season. Is there going to be another altcoin season? But as Ethereum proves to be resilient, then more tokens can thrive. Tokens can only really thrive if Ethereum thrives, and vice versa. So, Ethereum is a good place to be if you're a token, and if you're investing in the token landscape. Ethereum is an important thing to watch and be mindful for. Another thing as well is actually Litecoin. So Litecoin's had a pretty massive run up as well. We're looking here. What this 22 to 112. So that's almost a five x return. This could be. Remember, we are on log scale here, so this is make like we can really tell now how massive some of these moves are. Now the thing is that Litecoin has its halvening event approaching fairly soon. I don't follow Litecoin too soon. I sorry too closely, but this is pretty exciting for Litecoin. It's an important scarcity event, um, and if Litecoin starts really kicking things off, then that could potentially spur an altcoin season as well. If people are looking for an altcoin season, I guess the coins to watch would really be ETH. Litecoin kind of. It seems to follow Bitcoin a little bit, but a little bit more volatile. Um, I mean, EOS, it's a big platform. A lot of people are starting to build on it. All the cryptocurrency smart contract platforms are a little bit low in users, but it's important to kind of watch all of those the big players to see how they're performing, what's being built on them, what's being used on them. Um, and another interesting thing is even watching Google Trends. Like if we check out Google Trends right now, we can check out what people are looking at, what people are searching. So if we look at Bitcoin on search term, let's see. So let's see past 2004 to present, right? So this uptick, we obviously had this massive move here, but this uptick is we're starting to get a lot of interest in Bitcoin again. People are starting to look at it quite a bit more. Let's look at Ethereum uptick as well. Ethereum had a bit of a double move. I guess here a little bit different. I guess this may have been due to the flippening that was maybe discussed. Not really too sure. Um, Maybe need to compare more with an ether chart. But this uptick is really what we're looking for. Um, More interest, more people entering the space. Other bullish news is there's a record number of addresses that hold more than zero point 0.1 Bitcoin. Um, this is showing that more people are entering, more people are participating and holding. This is very exciting. Uh, let's pop over to chat, see if we got any more questions. Okay, Junior's got the right idea. There we go. Oh yeah. So, Bam's got another question. If I send my tokens to the app and I change my mind, I don't buy any properties, I want to draw my fund, how can I? This is a great question. So, the thing is, when you invest in our app here, I'm gonna switch back to webcam mode. Um, so when you submit your tokens to the app, you can. Oh, let's see. There you go. So, good question. When you submit your tokens to the app, um, we will have like MetaMask integrations, whatnot. So you'll see your CHL in the app. Now, the CHL will be there. However, when you convert the CHL to allocation tokens, that action cannot be undone because the allocation tokens cannot be removed from the app. They cannot be transferred to another owner. They only can be allocated to properties. Essentially, people will be doing two things when they convert their coins to allocation tokens. They either convert because they want to invest instantly, or they will convert because they want to lock in a good price. So let's say Chelle Coin has a really good week. It increases in value. It kind of stays around here. You may want to convert at that level because your investment capacity is increasing because you're going to be able to get more allocation tokens per Chelle Coin. So you wait. Chelle Coin increases in value, then you submit your allocation tokens. Then you submit your Chelle Coin, exchange it, retain allocation tokens, and then invest in properties. You might not want to invest in properties immediately, but you might want to lock in that price by exchanging, and then you get it. When available, Chelle app, which exchange listing in India, this summer and this summer. This summer will be the answer for most of the questions. We will have an exciting 2019. I can tell you that much. Alrighty.